Welcome to Legends of the Flame, where guardian dragons watch over the night, and every story is told in calm and quiet light. Tonight's tale follows a guardian seen only beneath the stars. A dragon who watched over a lantern path hidden high above the clouds, where weary travelers sometimes found peace waiting for them in the silence. This is the story of the Lullveil Warden. It is said that somewhere beyond the waking world, there exists a lantern path that appears only to those who have lost their way. Not upon roads, but within themselves. And beside that silent bridge, a guardian patiently waits beneath the stars. Long ago, far above the world below, there existed a quiet realm of drifting clouds and silver mist. The ancient travelers who wandered there called it Lullveil. There were no kingdoms in that realm, no wars, no rulers seeking power, only peaceful pathways stretching between floating islands hidden among the stars. And among those pathways, there was one bridge, unlike all others. A curved stone crossing known simply as the Lantern Path. By day, the bridge appeared abandoned, still and silent beneath trailing flowers and pale vines. But at night, small lanterns would awaken one by one, casting warm golden light across the mist below. And those who wandered too far into the darkness would sometimes find the path waiting for them. Every story spoken about the Lantern Path told of the same guardian, a dragon seated quietly beside the bridge, watching the endless skies in silence. The Lullveil Warden. Unlike the fire dragons of ancient legend, the Lullveil Warden carried no fear with his presence. His scales shimmered in soft shades of midnight blue and silver, reflecting starlight across every movement. His wings glowed faintly like moonlit frost, and his long tail drifted behind him like flowing mist upon water. But it was his eyes travelers remembered most, quiet golden eyes, filled not with judgment, but understanding. The Lullveil Warden possessed a rare gift among guardian dragons. He could sense sorrow hidden quietly within the heart. And so, night after night, he remained upon the lantern path, watching, waiting, guiding. Some travelers arrived frightened by storms. Others came burdened by grief. Some had lost someone they loved, and others simply no longer knew where they belonged. But the lanterns always appeared for a reason. One winter evening, a lone traveler climbed through the mountain clouds beneath a sky without stars. Cold winds drifted endlessly through the mist, and the world below had disappeared behind darkness. The traveler had wandered alone for many days, tired, uncertain, and carrying a sorrow too heavy to speak alone. He had begun to believe there was nowhere left to go. Then, far ahead within the fog, a single lantern appeared, warm, gentle, steady against the storm. The traveler followed its glow carefully through the mist until more lanterns slowly emerged around him, golden lights shining softly above the clouds. And at the end of that silent path, rest peacefully upon an ancient stone bridge, sat the Lullveil Warden. The great dragon did not speak. He simply watched the traveler approach. And somehow, within that quiet stillness, the noise within the traveler's heart slowly began to fade. For the first time in many months, he no longer felt alone. The lanterns reflected softly across the water beneath the bridge. Gentle wind drifted through the flowers growing between the stones. And above them both, the stars slowly returned to the sky. The traveler sat beside the dragon for what felt like hours, perhaps longer. Time moved differently upon the lantern path. At last, the traveler whispered quietly into the night, "Why do you wait here alone?" The Lullveil Warden lowered his great head slightly, as though listening not only to the question, but to the sadness beneath it. And then, for the first and only time that night, the dragon spoke. "In every world," he said softly, "there are souls who lose their way in darkness. And every soul deserves to find a light waiting for them." The traveler remained beside the dragon until dawn slowly touched the horizon. And as morning arrived, the lanterns dimmed one by one. The mist began to fade, and the bridge slowly disappeared back into the clouds. But something within the traveler had changed. The sorrow he carried no longer felt endless, because nowhere above the clouds, he now knew a guardian remained watching over the silent paths of the world. Years passed. The stories of the lantern paths spread quietly across distant lands. Travelers spoke of glowing lanterns appearing in impossible places. Wandering souls told stories of a dragon whose presence carried peace instead of fear. Some believed the tales, others dismissed them as dreams. But now and then, during the quiet hours before dawn, someone lost within loneliness or grief would glimpse lantern light shining softly through the mist. And somewhere beyond the clouds, the Lullveil Warden continued his endless watch. Patient as the stars above him, silent as the snowfall, guiding weary hearts across the lantern path, one soul at a time. Even now, some believe the lantern path still appears beneath certain night skies, its lanterns glowing softly above the clouds, waiting for those who need them most. And if one evening you ever find yourself wandering beneath the stars, feeling lost within the silence of life, you may someday see those lanterns shining gently through the mist. And besides that ancient bridge, you may find a guardian patiently waiting there, watching over the night, watching over the weary, watching over you. And as the night grows still, the guardians continue their watch, and their light remains with you until morning. If you enjoy calm dragon legends and quiet guardian stories, subscribe to Legends of the Flame and return again for another tale from the realms where the dragons still watch.